Joining us live right now ahead of a Milwaukee show that's happening this Thursday. Sophie, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So let's chat a little bit about the show that you have coming up in Milwaukee. What are you
Yes.
looking forward to the most?
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the people who come to the show. Me and my musicians put 1,000% into our performance on stage. We're really grateful for the people who show up because we know what it takes to get there, to whatever, pay the entrance fee, have the drinks, eat the dinner, and then we just make them feel they're really special and it's a totally one of a kind show, and they'll never see another one like it.
Yeah.
And everyone pretty much says that. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is being on stage. And then, of course, the merch table where I get to meet everybody and hear what they've been doing since the last time they came to one of my shows.
Absolutely. And this is in celebration of your 7th studio album. So amazing. And this is more of an intimate setting. So what do you want the audience to maybe walk away with on that night?
Well, what I've heard from the audience is really recently, because I've been on tour, is that they love the new music as much as, and believe it or not, sometimes more than the hits that they come for. And they love the intimate setting because the songs are so strong. The songs are so harmonic and melodic and rhythmic. And they really, somebody says, well, you're going to play Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover. How's that going to work with 3 people on stage? And then they walk away feeling that they heard it in a way that was just as powerful, but totally new and totally relevant to the moment. So we're not trying to produce a memory. We're actually playing in the moment for the people who are right there. And boy, did they feel it. It's a very intense show. It's dramatic and emotional and sexy and very honest.
Yeah, very new and very different. Now, Sophie, I have to ask
Yeah.
you, have you been to Milwaukee before?
Oh, yeah, a lot. I
Okay.
mean, the Midwest broke my albums.
I was going to say, what's your favorite part of the city?
Oh, I don't have a favorite part. It's the people. I mean, I'm a New Yorker. And when I got to the Midwest, it was when my first album, Tongues and Tales, was released, and Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover was climbing the charts. The one thing that I said about, and I think Milwaukee may have been my first stop, I would have to check that. But one thing was so clear to me was that Midwesterners are so funny and they've got such a healthy sense of themselves. They're self-deprecating and confident and just no nonsense. And it worked so well with my personality. They got my humor and my realness. So that's, I would say, like, with all the changes that keep happening in this country, the one thing that doesn't change is a lot of the times the people.
Yeah, absolutely. And before I let you go, I want to make sure I ask you this because I want to be sure that we talk about this. You recently did an interview where you talked a little bit about how rough the music industry can be, specifically for young artists. For those who are watching this morning, what advice would you give them? And maybe they're in the position right now where they're just starting their music career.
Well, I think one thing artists have to do if they want to have longevity is they have to tend to the parts of themselves that people won't like, the parts of themselves that are new and different, cutting edge, the parts that people haven't heard before. Because in any industry, when you're creative, the superficial layer is always trying to get you to fit in, but the only people who last are the people who don't fit in. So I would just say, be true to those parts of yourself that are uncomfortable, and you'll have a much better chance of, first of all, liking yourself, and then second of all, lasting.
Yeah, absolutely. Authenticity is key. Sophie, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
Of course. Let's go ahead and pull up some more information. Sophie will be in Milwaukee this Thursday at Shank Hall. That show starts at 7 p.m.